So here we are in Clovis, California, and we had a mess over here. They'd come out and tried to replace a sprinkler valve. Ended up trying to disconnect the existing piping from the water main, and it snapped off. They did a quick repair with a plastic repair coupling, and that continued to leak. So anyways, they called us out to take over from there. To work on this, we had to cut back the piping. We've left you the one piece that you can look at. That's part of the puzzle. You got the 1 inch over here, 3/4 on the other end, 3/4 out there. So you can see it goes to this 1 inch right there, and over to this 3/4 inch that I'm sitting on right there, and over to that 3/4. And so that's one station. I don't know what it serves. That 1 inch looks like it takes off. Maybe it goes to the backyard. Not real sure. But anyways, the 1 inch pipe, the 3/4 pipe that I'm sitting on right here. Can you see it? I can't see it. There it is. Okay, 3/4, 3/4. Anyways, we're going to leave this here for you so you can see it. This other 1 inch line, I don't know where it serves, maybe the front yard, maybe the backyard, but it's separate. So you had two stations over here. The sprinkler guy you were using should know what to do. If you were to take this guy right here, you could actually see, you put this thing back in place, just like that. Okay, and this isn't what you want to reuse. You'd probably want to reuse new pipe, but we're just going to leave it here so you know where it goes. Okay, once you've got this tied back together, whatever you want to do is up to you. The other one is separate. So anyways, that's just a quick explanation of the sprinklers. We've gone ahead and tied in a new coupling as well, but it's the galvanized steel. So whenever you're using iron pipe, galvanized pipe, you want to use a galvanized coupler. So it's still gasketed, but plastic is mainly for PVC lines and really not for pressure lines. They're for sprinkler lines. So we threw that one away, put that one in there. So it's tightened down. We don't see any water out of there. If we rip around here, you can see dry. That's the official one finger test. Don't try that at home. Dry. And then on top, you can see dry. What we did do is we used this existing valve in place because the water meter out at the street does not shut down fully, so water was weeping through. We couldn't get anything glued up here. So that's not a problem. That's full brass. Nothing wrong with that being in soil. It's just a way to extend this pipe up some more. Made a transition here to a Schedule 80 PVC pipe. Put you in a nice 1 inch Schedule 40 PVC-T with a Schedule 40 PVC shutoff valve. Those are for your sprinklers. Please treat this piping gently. This is not glued on. It's just dry fitted. Wow, and they're tight. Anyways, it's dry fitted on there. Take it off. 90 down deep. Get your T's on for your sprinkler valves, and then come back up, and just don't put a lot of pressure on this. Okay, if you damage this again, we're not going to work on it. It's too hard to work on with the existing iron pipe. Back to Schedule 80 PVC nipple. Got to put you on a brand new shutoff valve. It says quarter turn on, quarter turn off. We like these so you won't have trouble shutting your house down anymore. Just shut it off, turn it on. Same thing we did here with previously. We'd put this valve on, quarter turn on, quarter turn off. So glue's dry, water's on, house is on. We've tested this. Everything looks good. Nothing's dripping. We are going to go ahead and tape this. All of the iron pipe that you see is going to get taped. Additionally, that brass valve, we're going to tape it. All the exposed PVC piping, we're going to tape as well because it should not sit out in the sun. As a note, all of this iron piping is corroded. You can see that's what happens to iron pipe in soil. What happens, it begins to weep, and then it begins to rust, and it begins to grow. So the dirt and the rust and the water form a nice little cocoon. Every time you touch the pipe, you create a leak further down the line. So this, we dug back pretty far. We couldn't find any PVC in the yard piping, so I'm guessing that it goes iron pipe all the way to the curb. They're out in the yard somewhere. There might be PVC, but we couldn't find it, and we dug back about 4 feet and hit this sidewalk right here. So any further trouble, we will not work on this or repair this. We will recommend a complete repipe from the meter over to the house, and then this would all go away. would get cut back here, and new PVC would get tied in, and all this junk would go away. But you can see it's holding for right now. We're going to tape it. We're going to sand it. Outside of that, this installation is done. Alright, Clovis, California, one last video. We decided to go ahead and make a penetration down below soil and get these risers back up for his sprinkler valves. He can tie these back in, just glue them on, you're good to go. He's got 2 of them there, they're brand new. We're not going to install them for him. But we did want this in here because we don't want this to get broken. And sometimes things get broken, and I understand that, but in this case, I don't want to work on this again. It's a solid installation, Schedule 80 pipe. It's got a T in there and a shutoff valve. What I'd like to see is have your sprinkler guy come back in, get his 2 manifolds on there. I gave you a separate one right down there. You can see it's stubbed low in the event you want to do a drip off of there. You certainly can. It's capped off because it's a live pressure line. These 2 are not capped off right here because he's going to put his sprinkler valves on there. Valve is shut off so there's no water coming through there. Put some tape on them to keep the dirt out of the line, so that's fine for right now. Have him come out and get this piping tied back in. In the previous video we showed you, we got that pipe over there, this one right here, and the 3/4 on the left right there. Those get tied back together. I wouldn't reuse the pipe that's in there. Get some new pipe and put it in there. This other one, it'll come off one station or the other, one valve or the other, doesn't matter which one. So anyways, he'll know what to do from a sprinkler guy. We've gone ahead and sanded this in. We've got about 300 pounds of sand in here. Sand settles the pipe so that there's no pressure. We got sand around these risers. We got sand around this riser, and then we filled it in with your existing soil. It's pretty wet, but it is a sandy soil, so it compacts pretty nicely. Just let this dry out. We filled it up to the point to where we can leave it and not bury these pipes, so he can come in here and work on his stuff. Just be gentle with his stuff, okay? Shutoff valve works great. These risers are solid. They've got a little bit of movement, but right now all we were trying to accomplish is eliminate any kind of movement on this. You can see it's not going to go anywhere. It's in here, okay? When it gets done, what I like to do, and this is just me, I go ahead and I fill it up. I take the end of a shovel and I compact around any penetrations of pipe through the ground. That's the way it's supposed to get done. Additionally, if you could get your foot in there, what I like to do is go ahead and tamp down, get it compacted. But just keep in mind you don't want to move these around too much. So anyways, that's just the finishing video. You can see all the tape we put on, the risers we did on is point of courtesy of the sprinkler guy. Outside of that, you got some dirt over here that you can move back. We're getting the rest off your lawn. We'll be heading out in a minute. And outside of that, this installation is done.